Devi as the divine feminine is a concept that transcends mere personification in the Indic traditions. She is a living, dynamic force, an ever transforming energy field that takes form according to the observer's perception. Like the quantum field, which responds to the conscious and the subconscious mind, Devi manifests herself as needed, embodying the qualities required to guide or sustain life at any given moment. She is wisdom when we see clarity, power when we face adversity, and nature when we require sustenance. She transforms endlessly, reflecting the infinite potential that is called the Adi Shakti, the primordial source of all creation. Devi's transformative nature is most striking in her manifestation as Kali. A story tells us that Parvati, feeling mocked by Shiva for her dusky complexion, prays to Brahma to become fair. Now, Brahma grants her her wish, drawing the dark pigments out of her kosha, out of her body, and thus Parvati becomes Gauri, the fair one. But the pigments that are extracted from Parvati's body take form, they coalesce together, and they take form of an entity who becomes Kali. Born of Parvati's kosha, her subtle body, Kali is also known as Kaushali. Like the quantum field that underlies all matter, Devi is not bound to one form, one role, or one narrative. She is the architecture of transformation, the force that sustains, disrupts, and renews in a perpetual dance of balance. At the heart of both Devi and the quantum field is the idea of oneness. In the Indic mythology, Devi is considered the Adi Shakti, the primordial energy, the mother of all creation. She is formless, timeless, and beyond human comprehension. She proclaims thus in the Devi Upanishad, Ahameva Prakritir Vishwadharini, Ahamevaksharam Param Chaiva Vyaktamuchyate, Ahameva Kalatita Ravyasthatita Cha Sarvada, which means I am Prakriti, primordial nature, the sustainer of the universe. I am the imperishable supreme, the unmanifest, Avyakta. I transcend time and space, existing beyond all states. Similarly, the quantum field is a single unified field that pervades the entire universe or multiple universes, multiverses. Just as Devi can manifest as different goddesses depending on the circumstances, such as Durga for protection or Lakshmi for prosperity, the quantum field too gives rise to different realities based on interactions and energetic conditions. In essence, Devi and the quantum field both serve as the ultimate source from which all diversity arises. Everything in the material world stems from these fields of potential. In Devi's case, the many forms of divine feminine, such as Saraswati for wisdom or Kali for destruction, represent distinct manifestations of a singular cosmic force. In quantum physics, the field represents an infinite number of potentials depending on the observer's interaction. In the Indian culture, Devi is linked to Prakriti, nature or matter, while Purusha is the unchanging passive witness. The interaction between Purusha and Prakriti leads to the creation of the universe. Devi, as the embodiment of Prakriti, is seen as the creative force that manifests the physical world. Without Devi, the material universe cannot exist. She is the power behind creation, sustenance, and destruction. But she only comes into play when observed by the Purusha, who remains a passive witness. Just like this, the quantum field too is told to reflect when observed. In the Indic scriptures, Devi is known for her dynamic nature. She is not bound to one form or a particular role. She adapts, shifts, and transforms according to the cosmic needs. For instance, in the Devi Mahatmya, when the gods are faced with the demon Mahishasur, Devi transforms into Durga, a fierce warrior, to vanquish Mahishasur. Later, in other hymns, she appears to be a benevolent Parvati embodying love and motherhood. In quantum mechanics, this fluidity is paralleled by the uncertainty principle of wave particle duality. The behavior of the particle in the quantum field is not fixed. They can act both as particles and waves depending on how they are observed. When observed, they will become particle, but when not observed, they behave like waves. Devi's ability to shift forms and roles parallels the way in which the particles in the quantum field exist in superposition, holding multiple possibilities until observed. Devi is depicted as Maya, the illusory power that manifests the physical world and obscures the true nature of reality. Maya is the divine force of creation that makes the impermanent world appear as real. However, the underlying reality remains untouched and formless. In the quantum realm, this concept is echoed by the idea of potentiality. Before observation or measurements, particles exist in a superposition of states representing all possible outcomes. This is akin to the way Maya projects the illusion of diversity while underlying reality remains singular. Just as Devi's Maya hides the true nature of Brahman, the quantum field's potentiality is veiled until the interaction or measurement collapses the wave function into a definite outcome. In both systems, the act of creation is tied to observation and awareness. In the Devi centric worldview, the Purusha observes the dance of Prakriti, which leads to the materialization of the universe. Similarly, in quantum mechanics, the act of observation collapses the wave function, bringing the potential state into a concrete reality. Both Devi and the quantum field, therefore, represent the primordial creative force that is actualized through the interaction with consciousness. Devi, in her form as Kali, represents the destructive aspect of the cosmic energy. While Kali is often feared, her destructive force is not seen as evil in the Hindu philosophy. Instead, it is necessary for the continuation of the cosmic cycle: creation, preservation, and destruction or dissolution. Without destruction, there can be no renewal. This idea is mirrored in the quantum field through a concept of quantum fluctuation. The field is constantly fluctuating, with particles being created and annihilated at incredibly small scales. This destruction is not a loss but a fundamental part of universe's dynamism. Without this fluctuation and annihilation, the universe as we know it would not be able to sustain itself. In the concept of Shakti, Devi embodies the fundamental energy that powers the universe. Shakti is present in all beings, connecting everything in the web of life. This interconnectedness of all things is central to Hindu thought, where nothing exists in isolation. All life is part of a cosmic whole, energized and sustained by Shakti. Quantum mechanics gives a striking parallel to this concept with the idea of quantum entanglement, where particles that were once connected remain correlated no matter the distance separating them. The behavior of one particle is instantaneously reflected in the other, demonstrating the interconnectedness of all things at the most fundamental level. This resonates with the idea of Shakti as the binding force that connects and energizes all existence. Just as Shakti pervades the universe, Quantum entanglement suggests that no particle, no matter how far, is truly isolated from the rest of the cosmos. Therefore, every consort of a deva is considered to be his Shakti. She becomes the connection to that deity. The concept of Devi in Hindu mythology and the quantum field in modern physics offer fascinating parallels. Both represent an all encompassing source of creation. Both are dynamic and fluid, and both suggest a deep interconnectedness of all things. Devi's many forms, her ability to create and destroy, resonate strongly with the principle of quantum mechanics, such as the quantum field, wave particle duality, and entanglement. By examining these concepts side by side, we can appreciate how ancient spiritual wisdom and modern scientific thought both point to a profound and unified understanding of reality. One where consciousness and potentiality are intimately intertwined. If you like this video, please let the algorithm know by clicking that little button and put a comment. What are your thoughts upon these ideas, these parallels? I would like to hear them and I would like to interact with you and take this conversation forward. And if you wish to spread this idea, do share it with your friends. Thank you very much. Goodbye.